Alright, fellas, so Irida and Glaceon are going to be dropping tomorrow. Let's look at the timeline events, I guess. Yeah, tomorrow, as the time of recording this, and, well, we're going to be asking ourselves, should you summon for them? Okay, so I think this answer is honestly more clear-cut than Adamant, for the most part, because I was quite indecisive for Adamant, but I did end up leaning towards summoning for him. But with Irida, I definitely do think you should summon for her. I definitely do. Just as a sum up, I think that she's a bit worse than Adamant, just like overall, but she brings more to the table than Adamant does, which makes her, in my opinion, quite a bit better. So, yeah. Anyway, let's look at the base kit here. So she's a tech ice type sync pair. She's got 472 special attack, you know, about the same stats as Adamant if you were to go back and look at those stats. But obviously she's more lenient on the special side, so yeah. She's got equal defenses here, 634 HP, all that. This is level 150, by the way. She's got Sinnoh Spirit, so basically it says Sinnoh Pride, it's Sinnoh Spirit, where it's buffing allies' special attack and reducing damage from special moves. So that's very, very nice there as well. She's got Space Spreads over Hisui, protects all allied sync pairs from damage from a hailstorm, powers up the moves of all allied sync pairs during a hailstorm, and quickly charges the move gauge during a hailstorm. This ability is good, for sure. I don't know how much the power is going to be, because Adamant's was 50%, but it was only for him. If Irida is powering up all allies' moves by 50%, then that is absolutely batshit insane. Like, that is definitely a must summon right there. Like, if you're buffing all allies' moves during a hailstorm and then also preventing them from being, hit during a hailstorm, that's a fucking load of damage, dude. That is a lot. That is absolutely insane. But whatever. So we got Watch for Ice, which causes a hailstorm when the user turns the field of play into an ice zone, and Vigilance protects the user against critical hits. And then she's got Ice Zone here. I want to go over this first. So, if you look at this, this means, so since she has Ice Zone, she's going to be setting up both Hail and Ice Zone at the same time, every single time, and she's going to be buffing all allies' damage output during a hailstorm, and she's going to be protecting allies from taking hail damage, as well as, of course, quickly charging the move gauge, which is really, really good. Doing all of these effects alone, just those abilities, without mentioning anything else, is really valuable because almost every ice type in the game benefits from hail, and obviously every ice type in the game benefits from snow, or so Ice Zone. Well, at least the Tekken strikers, right? Supports doesn't really matter all that much. But literally, taking a look at any unit here, we'll go at Hala. Look at Hala here. He benefits from, obviously, from Ice Zone, let's see. And then he's got Invigorating Hail too, so he's obviously going to be benefiting from Hail, right? Not to mention, he benefits from the Space Spreads over Hisui passive, powers up the moves of all allied sync pairs during Hailstorm, meaning all of his Ice Hammers and his sync moves are going to be doing far more damage just because of Irida's presence in, the team, which is great. Calyrex, Leona Calyrex, of course, similar thing there. He's got Heavy Hail, got Freezer Burn, which doesn't matter all that much, but still, Heavy Hail, it's a big one. Invigorating Hail if you want to pick it up, but it's just 1% power. But still, he benefits directly from it. All of that good stuff, right? He's really, really strong. He's got all of those benefits. Candace and Frost, honestly, a lot of these free-to-play units are a bigger example, just due to the fact that I'm pretty sure Candace here, she's got Invigorating Hail and Hasty Hail, so she's benefiting from Hail there, and Heavy Hail in her grid. Normal Candace, if you look at her, I believe she's got Heavy Hail, Hasty Hail, I guess, but that doesn't really matter. And then she's got all of her innate here, all about Focus Avalanche, powers up during Hailstorm, right? Obviously Nessa, she literally sets Hail. She would obviously have something relating to Hail, right? Powers attack increases during a Hailstorm, and then she's obviously got Invigorating Hail here as well. So, every character basically benefits from Hail, right? Maybe not Getsus, and I think N here doesn't benefit from Hail all that much. They have Hasty Hail, but I don't think they have any multipliers directly based on Hail and Hail damage, right? Yeah, they don't. But they, of course, obviously benefit from Ice Zone immensely. N needed that Ice Zone to really hit hard and be a really, really strong damage dealer, right? And Getsus here, he also needs the Ice Zone as well, right? So, Both of them can really benefit from the Ice Zone, not so much the Hail, but of course they'll benefit from Hail due to being able to power up the moves from Irida's passive, right? So all Ice-type characters are getting a major buff from this, even if you only have, you know, Getsus, Hala, and like both Candaces and whatnot, and of course the other free characters here, and you don't have any limited ones like Leon, and if you don't plan on pulling for Silver, if you don't have a Holiday Nessa, or any of these characters, then even your characters like Getsus and Hala are going to be getting major buffs from Irida here. Not only can she do that, but she's also got ice damage here with Icy Wind and Buddy Ice Beam, although it's a little bit meek. So she's got Icy Wind here, 3 gauge move, 92 base power, and it hits all enemies and lowers all target speed. Icy Wind is universally considered a pretty terrible move in this game. Blizzard's not even that great. So, I mean, and Icy Wind is literally just a downgraded version. Sure, it debuffs speed, but who cares? I don't think there's many Ice-type characters that actually benefit from speed debuffs. I don't think many of them have Cakewalk. Like, if I'm to look at Ice Strikers and Techs here, and we look at Cakewalk, okay, Silver benefits from it, but he already debuffs speed himself. I don't remember what the damage version of Cakewalk is, but whatever. Yeah, not many characters really benefit all that much from speed drops, but whatever. So, of course, Ice Wish, as we went over, and then Buddy Ice Beam, which is a pretty big one here. 2 gauge move, 1 use only, which is kind of annoying, but hey, 1 use and maybe a nuclear move, right? 200 base power, minimum 240 base power at 5 out of 5. Obviously around 220 base power at 3 out of 5. It's guaranteed a hit, right? You know, sure hit. Its activation condition is when a hailstorm is caused. Deactivation condition is when there is no longer a hailstorm. The move never misses. It has a 10% chance to freeze. Lowers the target's special defense by 4. Applies the move gauge acceleration effect to the ally field of play, and applies the free move's next effect to the user. Meaning that every time you, well, not every time, but you know, the first time you use this, you're gonna be doing great nuclear damage, right? You're going to be debuffing special defense by 4. Again, helping out all of your special attacking allies here. I gotta fucking get rid of Cakewalk. Nope, guess not. Yeah, okay, you're going to be helping out all of your special allies just due to the fact that, you know, you're debuffing special defense, which is very, very good. You know, Getsus is going to get a major buff. I don't think N will, no. Unless you use Ice Beam, which I don't know why you are. Candace and Frostless benefit from it, you know. Helps out those type of allies, right? So that's really good there. And then you're applying move gauge acceleration. Combine the fact with you're already charging move gauge during a hailstorm, then you're going to be having quite a bit of gauge, right? You're not going to be having too many gauge issues, even though there's so far no speed buffs. And then you got her trainer move, which raises her special attack by 4, her crit by 3, and then applies gradual healing to all allies during a hailstorm. And then her sync move is obviously a tech multiplier here. And then the attack's power is increased during a hailstorm, 50% damage multiplier, whatever. So this is good for sure. Overall, as like a base kit, pretty solid. And I do like that she has the similar abilities to Adamant, to where she can actually potentially work as a tank for your team if you want to run a dual like damage dealer setup or something that just, you know, doesn't have a support. Because she's able to do that quite well, in my opinion. Just due to the fact she's got Vigilance here, she's able to heal up quite a bit here with gradual healing, and she's able to apply it for all allies, which is very, very nice, of course. She's applying, you know, this Hail ability here, which prevents damage to herself and allies, and she's got the Sinnoh Spirit here, reducing damage from special attacks, so that's really, really good there. And I know that's probably not really super convincing, but let's go ahead and look at her stats over here as well. So if we 5-star, level 150 her, or EX her, of course, 250 on the defensive side, which is definitely really, really solid for sure, right, in my opinion. Pretty solid number for both defenses as a tech unit. I know this is level 150 and EX, but hey, I want to consider it. I do. Even if you only have her EX and level 140, still 246 defenses, you're nearly 250 defenses. That's still really, really good, for sure. If you want to look at her grid, 1 out of 5, she actually gets Invigorating Hail, which is actually really, really good, for sure. Having that power up at just straight up 1 copy, that's really amazing, just due to the fact that Icy Wind's power sucks, and then you're going to, of course, get a 50% multiplier on your Buddy Ice Beam damage. Just the more damage you can do with this, the better, right? Of course. 2 out of 5, I think, is the big one here. Is it? Yeah. Winter Coat. Reduces damage received when the user is hit by an attack move during a hailstorm. And Hail Immunity, and First Aid 2, and Wise Entry. She's got these abilities here. Nah, not Rambo. She's got these abilities here, which are preventing her from taking a lot of damage, right? Which I think is really, really good. Yeah, which Adamant has similar, but it was, I think just for physical moves. I could be wrong here, but I actually want to look at that. Just sort by tech. There. Adamant, yeah, he had Sunscreen 2. Oh no, he had the same ability, except he was more physically defensive than he was specially defensive. Like, look at Adamant's stats: 259 defense, 240 special defense. Whereas Irida here, at the same levels, she has the exact same defenses, meaning she's quite a bit better on the physical side, or not physical side, but the physical and special side, compared to Adamant just being good on the physical side. Which Adamant's also got the master passive to compensate, you know, because he can reduce damage from physical attacks, where Irida can now also reduce damage from special attacks. But Irida's defenses overall are slightly better, or just quite a bit better on the special defensive side, and around the same on the defense side. So, I mean, she's still going to be taking not really that much damage from, you know, moves during a Hailstorm, which I think is actually really, really notable. Because I wanted to do the grid where Adamant was acting as like a tank, but I was not able to really do that because I didn't have him with dupes, which, of course, is going to be just a part of the 3 out of 5 showcase for him. So, Irida here can do it about the same, in my opinion, if not a little bit better. And I think that's really good. I think it's really good she's able to act as a tank, especially if you want to run, of course, a dual damage dealer comp here for ice types, right? Like, if you want to run Irida alongside, I don't know, Silver here, who is actually a pretty good partner as well. Heavy Hail, Invigorating Hail, that type of stuff. And he benefits from Hunter's Instinct, that's what it is. He benefits from speed drops, which is nice, right? And maybe like Cygnus N here if you want to run them. They both aren't special attackers, but who cares, right? Because you're benefiting them with the Hail and the freeze, or the Ice Zone for, you know, N's Freeze Shock here, and his Sync Nuke as well. So if you want to run, you know, those two as like a setup, you definitely could, especially with N being able to debuff with Bloody Noble Roar, whatever your opinion on that is. You can definitely do it, and your gauge is going to be good because Irida here is applying a lot of move gauge acceleration here, and she's able to apply it with after using her Buddy Ice Beam as well, which is very, very nice. Even just, of course, that 1 out of 5, you don't need dupes for that. She can definitely be valuable at that point. But 2 out of 5, if you want to go for the tank set, you definitely can, because you got First Aid 2, Wise Entry 2 to buff your special defenses. You got Winter Coat here to reduce damage, which is good, and then you got Gradual Healing to heal yourself up, so you're going to have some somewhat consistent healing, right, which is nice. But of course, the tank grid is a little bit more niche. It's not super niche. It's actually, honestly, probably pretty good. But let's look at her 3 out of 5, where you get most of the big stuff, right? Ice Zone Extension and Hail Alert 3. Extending these two things on the field of play is amazing, just for the fact that, of course, you're going to need Hail for as long as you can possibly get it in order to keep activating this ability here. And you're, of course, going to need infinite or more Ice Zone just for this, right? These two abilities are really, really good for sure. And I do think Irida is meant to be more utility-based than damage dealer-based. Like, you could argue with Adamant, he's definitely, like, damage-based. You want to do damage with him, you want to do all of that, right? Irida, you can definitely argue that she's more utility-based with, you know, having these nodes here. And then you got Mind Games 9, which is great for an AoE move like Icy Wind. It's basically Lucian, but it costs 3 gauge. And instead of debuffing attack, it debuffs speed. So it's a little bit worse, really. But still, she's able to help out ice allies with all of that on top of this. You got Arctic Arrival here, which turns the field of play into an Ice Zone on entry, which is definitely really, really good, right? That's another utility thing for her. So she's able to set it and then extend it, and she won't have to ever use Ice Swish like during, you know, the first roughly 4 turns of battle, right? First 3 or 4 turns. You can just start using her trader move, maybe spam some Icy Wind, and then once you use your support EX, if you're going to run a support, or you know, maybe run your tech, whatever you want to do, right? Whatever EX or sync move you decide to do, then you can set up Hail again, or Ice Wish again, and then use Buddy Ice Beam after that, and just, you know, destroy the enemy, right? It can be a very, very nice thing to do. Especially if you're going to run this type of grid here where you're not choosing any of this, but you still have, you know, 50% damage multiplier here with Invigorating Hail, which can be nice. Wise Entry 2 and whatever else, we already went over that. looking at our other stuff up here, she's got, of course, if you want to go for a damage grid, you definitely can. You definitely can. You got Brain Power and Hunter's Instinct. Brain Power for the Sync Nuke on top of the innate Hail multiplier. That's about all she gets, though, other than the Sync nodes. And then for a damage multiplier, of course, you got Hunter's Instinct and then Invigorating Hail, which can help out your damage with Buddy Ice Beam and Icy Wind. I know I just did those reverse, but whatever. But in my opinion, honestly, instead of going for a Sync Nuke grid, you should probably go for a little bit more of a utility grid. Like, personally, I'm probably going to go for something like this and then go for, like, a nuking grid. Like, I could definitely go for this. I think this is a pretty decent grid. I'm probably going to try this out as, like, a damage test for her. And then if I want to do her sync, then I'll probably remove, like, Hail Alert and then put in this instead. So I could definitely do this. This would extend Ice Zone, which is good, but I mean, if I'm extending Ice Zone, then I won't be extending Hail, so I mean, it's kind of iffy, right? But still. Oh well, it happens. I'll probably test out a couple different grids to go for her full nuke, but I'm honestly liking a grid that's like this, you know, extending Hail and Ice Zone, even by just a little bit, is really, really good for getting it before your sync move and all that stuff, and getting your extra damage here from Brain Power and Hunter's Instinct. It's all really, really nice, as well as, of course, the Invigorating Hail, the innate multiplier, the damage she's getting from her ability here, the damage she's getting from her Master Fair passive. It's all just combining to be something really, really good for this unit. So, overall, should you summon for Irida? Probably. I definitely do recommend you should. She's definitely really, really good. She's got a lot of good abilities to her, and I think she's got a lot of value. So, yeah, maybe just go for one copy. I'm not saying you should go for 2 out of 5 or even 3 out of 5. I definitely think one copy is enough because of the Ice Zone, her Hail, you know, this entire ability right here is just great. Her Master Passive, everything. She's able to help out a lot of ice types and do a lot of stuff just at 1 out of 5. So, yeah. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all will watch my summons for Irida tomorrow. I hope they go well. And I hope you all want to wait for my showcase whenever that's going to release. Hopefully tomorrow. I hope. But yeah, I digress. I'll see you all later. Hope you all enjoyed. Good luck on your summons for Irida if you're summoning. And if you're not in the summoning, then, well, good luck on your future summons and saving and all of that stuff. See you later.